Hey, happy Labor Day. It's John again, playing Immaculate Grid, going for that low rarity score. Full disclosure, this is a mulligan round. I selected the wrong box without really looking at it. So as I'm recording right now, I saw the grid about 35 seconds ago. So it's almost an initial reaction. I haven't had too much time to think about it, but yeah, I selected the wrong person in the wrong box. So I'll just go ahead and start sharing and uh, and get right into it before I think too hard about it. Yeah. So right off the bat, yeah. So we got White Sox, Mariners, and 100 RBI season at the top. The 100 RBI season needs to line up with the Cubs, Dodgers, and Tigers. My first pick here was Dick Allen for the White Sox and Dodgers. Very underrated player. Should probably be in the Hall of Fame, I think. I think he has about the same OPS plus as Hank Aaron. Gives you an idea how great he was. And he won the 1972 MVP with the White Sox. So selecting him there. And then where I messed up, so my selection for 100 RBI season, I went with Gabby Hartnett, but I put it here. So that was dumb of me. But gonna select him here, see how he does, 0.5%. And now we're right where I left off. I'd selected him down here with the Dodgers, which obviously wasn't right. So um, anyway, I'm now caught up and now we're live. So 100 RBI season for the Dodgers. Gil Hodges will work. Duke Snyder will work. Roy Campanella will work on the subject of, Dodgers from the 50s. Jackie Robinson will actually work. There he is. Sorry, there he is. Um, he I think drove in 100 RBI in his 1949 MVP season, which might be a good play because he's not regarded as a big run producer. I don't think he even had 20 home runs that season, but had a big year. So maybe that'd be a sneaky pick. Babe Herman is another one who drove in a bunch of runs, hit 390 one year. Trying to think if there's any other like and then more recently you got guys like Karros, Piazza, obviously Bellinger. Um you could go Matt Kemp, um Sean Green, Adrian Beltre, and Gary Sheffield will all do well. So let's try Jackie Robinson. I don't think I've had occasion to play Jackie Robinson, and I'm quite confident he works for that MVP season. So because he only played with he'll work for Rookie of the Year, MVP. He pre-existed or came before Gold Gloves or Silver Sluggers. So and he only works for the Dodgers. So let's select him. Takes 3%. Okay. Um, and then let's see, 100 RBI season uh for the Tigers. Ty Cobb will work. I think Harry Hillman will work. Um, Hank Greenberg would be another good pick. Rocky Colavito would be an interesting pick. Um, I want to say Sam Crawford work. He's the all-time leader in triples, so it'd be very weird to me if he didn't work. Um, I'm trying to put my finger on if I can actually remember his. I know he's got over 300 career triples. I guess it depends on where in the batting order those were base clearing triples or not. Um, it seemed to me he would probably work. I'm pretty sure Harry Hillman will work. Greenberg will definitely work. It's just a question of where I want to play here. Alan Trammell works for his 1987 season. I just think he's too popular. I'm not sure if Daryl Evans will work though. And then Maglia Ordonez will work. Obviously, Cabrera will work. Cabrera will probably be the highest one here. I'm gonna go with Colavito. That's just because I'm not. I think he'll be pretty low, and I'm just not. I think Crawford would be lower, but I'm just not 100% on Crawford. So he goes 0.3%. That was a good play there because I wasn't nearly confident enough with Sam Crawford. It seems to me he probably did it though. All right. So looking at, let's see, Mike Morgan will work for a couple of these. Let's see. I could go. What if we went? Yeah, I just need to figure out how to optimize this. Milton Bradley will work for both of these. Gossage will work here and here. Sosa works here, but I think that's too famous. I'm gonna go Gossage. Had the best relief season of all time in 1975 by wins above replacement while playing for the Chicago White Sox. It's a fun fact for you. He played like I think a season with the Cubs in the 80s. He goes sub 1%. Pretty good so far. Um, let's see. White Sox and Tigers. My man Al Simmons, who I like to go with. I think he played several seasons with the White Sox after the A's, and think played one season with the Tigers. So I'm going to select him. He goes 0.2%. All right, now let's hit up the Mariners here and the Dodgers. Um, yeah, I think to start I'll go Mike Morgan. Huge career, long career. Having played, I know this has come up, and I've played Moyer before, and it was way more than you'd think, just because Moyer started his career at the Cubs, played the lion's share of his time with the Mariners. Um, I remember when it was like those two teams and all the other teams Moyer played for, and but yeah, he would do well. So Morgan takes 2%. I think that means he's starting to creep up in people's consciousness here. Let's see, Seattle and the Dodgers. So Milton Bradley, he'll work. Takes 2%. Okay, it's a little higher than I would have expected actually. But still doing all right. 3, 2, 2. So that's 7, 8. I'm sitting right at 10 right now, so that's okay. Not great, not terrible. No, you know what? That's better than I normally do. Let's be honest. That's a lot better than I normally do. It's a lot worse than a lot of you do, though. I've read the comments. So let's see here. Seattle and Detroit. Carlos Guillen definitely works. I'm trying to think. There's a really good pick here. It was a pitcher, and I think he was traded from Detroit. No, sorry, from Seattle to Detroit in 2011 time frame. I remember because I was still writing on my blog at the time, the now defunct Dugout Central blog. But um oh man, I'm blanking on his name. But he was like 3-12 with a 3 ERA with the Mariners because they had no offense. And then he went to Detroit, and I'm like, yeah, he's not gonna be 3-12 while he's after he gets traded to Detroit. And sure enough, he pitched really, really well after getting traded and got a lot of wins. Um, but his name is escaping me. You know who will work is Ruben Sierra because I mentioned Sierra with the Tigers in my book. And I have a baseball card of him with the Mariners. The reason I mentioned him in my book is he was traded for Cecil Fielder, and then he factored into one of Mariano Rivera's big games during the '96 season, um, which stinks for Ruben Sierra. He was traded from the eventual world champion Yankees over to a Tigers team that lost 108 games, so that they could get Cecil Fielder. But in any event, I am gonna dial him in, and we'll call it there. Takes 0.5%, so I end up with a rarity score of 11, which for the moment matches yesterday's score. A whole lot better options I could have gone with. I mean, lower scoring options I could have gone with. I just haven't played Jackie Robinson in a game because there isn't really a lot of chances to. So that was yeah, that was still a good pick. 3%. Let's see. Yep, Beltray, no surprises there. hardest one. I keep messing this up. I keep looking at the video after the fact. Like yesterday, I had the wrong lowest one, just even though it was right in front of me. But it looks like 46% here for Detroit and Seattle, which I did struggle with at the end there. Um, yeah, no huge. I guess Sosa's biggest here. Rodoni's here. Moyer 35%. So I knew that was going to be tough, but Mike Morgan uh ended up being the key there. So all right. Well, this was fun. I promise I wasn't it was like 2 minutes or something, and I gave myself the mulligan just because I just clicked the wrong space down here when I selected Gabby Hartnett. So um I'll be back at it again. Hopefully it won't be a mulligan. You'll really be getting my first reaction, but also my episode I mentioned briefly, but book is Baseball's Most Fun Frivolities. I have a whole chapter in there about Mariano Rivera's I'm kind of spoiling the book a little bit, but about Mariano Rivera's 1996 season, and that's where Ruben Sierra factors in. So in any event, have a great rest of your Labor Day, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. Peace.